Hello, and we're back with the first match of the grand finals between BusterDoggy and Jambo. This is going to be a best of three, and we're going into the first of three matches here. I'm here with Troy of Athens.
Ian.
Yeah.
Wow. It's gonna be
So Buster and Jambo are both 56 contenders, both at the top of the leaderboards. Jambo with a 57-20, and Buster, I believe, actually with a 57 flat now.
the enemy is aware of them. It just looked he was working on updating them on the overlay. It looks like it didn't go through, and there it does. And we also got the webcams going as well, so that's gonna be fun to see for the finals.
Yeah. Yeah, this is gonna be a really interesting one, I think.
Mm-hmm.
It's not every day that you get to see a race between such high caliber players of this game.
Mm-hmm.
I
And
mean,
it's a best of three as well.
yeah. Yeah. Yeah, so I guess we're gonna get started here. Whenever seems like both runners are ready.
Okay, the race room has started in there. It's currently at -3, so got some time to talk.
All right.
Okay, I'll mention again as we got more people here. The all the links to follow along with the race are down below there. The stat sheet is very useful to be able to see the predictions. You know what? Yeah, I'll do that. Sure. We can keep predictions going until we're out of Cascade, I would think. So, yeah, sure. I'll put one in. Sorry, ignore my typing as I do this. Okay. So yeah, as I said, I'll close this at the end of Cascade.
Okay.
Yeah, it'll give us something to look at while we wait for Cascade to finish it.
For sure. Yeah. So no one's gonna be messing around with this gameplay. We have two runners that have been grinding for a 56 for months, and I mean once you have a 56, the world record is like somewhere in the mid 56 range. So there's really not. I mean, it's obviously still hard to get world record because it's the fastest time in the world, but there's not much separating you from the fastest completion of the game ever done. So we can expect these runners to be pulling out all the stops here. I mean, by all the stops, I mean good. Like, don't expect to see like salt clip, but you know.
Yeah. Someone needs to predict for Jambo's side in order for this thing to actually have a payout. So
I mean, people might be surprised. I don't know. 20 seconds. There we go. 20 seconds isn't. Yeah. I mean, even at a top level where every second is extremely valuable, in a race setting, a 20-second difference is tight for sure. and this is the first place in the run where we'll probably see that high caliber gameplay start to kick in. There's DSS coming up, which I would think both of these runners would be going for, but we'll see.
Oh yeah, maybe if people want to, I don't know if we got any SMO, SMO Discord mods in here. But if we do, you might want to just say the finals are starting.
Yeah, true. Also, I was completely wrong. Neither runner doing DSS, which is honestly very respectable. That's gonna keep us pretty even here from the start.
Okay, yeah, cool. Yeah, thank you, Sato, for putting it in.
A 56 in one of these races would be pretty historic, Allison. That'd be that'd be something to remember.
And yes, this is a best out of 3.
Yeah, I mean, if you've been watching these SMO races in the past, you know that anything can happen. You don't want to count any possibility out here.
Yeah. What I wanted to say before is, like, I feel like we're approaching right now, at least the top level, that area where it's just like everyone is like, yeah, like you said, like 56 is possible for a lot of players now, but it's like a lot of them that are there are currently at that like point where it's just like the minute milestone mental barrier is hitting like the entire top 10. Pretty much.
Absolutely.
So it's like yeah, it's definitely gonna be like a point where it's still a case of just like who's gonna be the next one, who's gonna be the one after that, because it's just there's so much. It's just so much riding on the next 6. And yeah, I did close the prediction, as I said. Once we're out of Cascade, I was gonna close it, and I did.
Let's go, remembering.
Yeah.
Alright, so we're gonna see both runners entering sand, starting off with a double reverse town. Again, this is how you know they're not messing around.
Mm-hmm. Chat's a little bit unhinged right now, right? But it's fine. I mean, like, it's a lot of hype going on. I mean, this is the finals. It's good stuff. And given that we did, I don't think those links got posted since the Discord server announcement. So
Yeah, all very good links.
yes, sure. The prize pool is still open as well. So it is there. That Maturino link still works.
Also, yeah, always love to see that down throw roll cancel from Buster, and the Goldfire speed on the hill from both runners.
Mm-hmm.
Just squeaking out that 0.3 of time save.
I believe Zach is actually busy with something else during this race. As I recall, Zach at one point saying like, "I'm gonna have to have my his like significant other let Jambo into the house or something."
Yeah, I don't think Zach is actually going to be home for the first like 20 minutes of this race, which is kind of
Yeah.
funny.
Yeah, Jambo is currently racing out of Zach in the Box's house right now. He is not in his usual setup. But it is a setup that he's used to, as you know, it is the setting in which Jambo has been yet doing all of the 2P 80% runs that he's done, so still probably pretty comfortable in that room.
Hey, this is cool. We get to see both runners going for platform clip at the same time. Both getting it very cleanly just demonstrates how much of a handle they have on this game. The CCS resets are paying off here. And we can see it is, I mean, it's close here. The only difference, I think, separating them were some minor movement blunders from Jambo. We're getting to see a lot of insane stuff happen side by side.
Yeah. Both players, I mean, what ends up happening is, like, we get to the point where, like, there's no specific thing that we can say here, because it's just everything is going to plan. So, like, there's no... there's nothing to comment on yet because of that.
I mean, as this is what happens when you start playing this game at a top level. As ridiculous as what you're doing actually is, it's all just business as usual at a certain point.
Right.
The unfortunate thing about having runners being so close is usually it's staggered so that runners won't be in these long cutscenes at the same time. But they're only about 5 seconds apart at this point.
The cutscenes aren't that long.
Yeah, I mean, like, as I was explaining that, they're already over, so...
Like, compared to a lot of other Mario games I've, like, seen where people are like, there's just not a huge... There's not really anywhere in this run where there's huge breaks. Like...
Yeah, for sure. I think that's one of the nicest things about SMO.
Yeah.
Buster
Jambo,
hitting... Yeah.
Same things. You can go first.
Yeah, Buster hitting the triple jump moon clip. Jambo unfortunately missing it, but getting a decent first try late clip. That's gonna widen the gap a little bit more.
So yeah, Jambo, as said, Jambo is going to be messing up on the triple jump clip. So yeah, moving through. From BusterDoggy.
Yeah, and that's Lake Kingdom. A lot of that really just comes down to late clip. But we're gonna be heading into Wooded here, where almost anything could go wrong, or right. So.
That is one way of putting it, yeah. Yeah, unfortunately, it looks like the run.gg is not working for these players. Plugins were not put in properly, I guess, or whatnot.
Unfortunate.
Yeah. But these players are... I did the math in my head. I needed this. 13 seconds apart entering the mid. And yeah, all the... Yeah, all the commands have just kind of been put into one command at this point. There's no like separate command for each different part of the SMO of different parts of the league. You just do one command and all three of them show up. So, and BusterDoggy gonna be messing up on the Sharana bounces on the way out.
Barely not high enough. That's unfortunate, but that's very recoverable.
Actually, is a fairly common place that I've seen people mess up.
Yeah, I mean that's pretty tight. You can see with you could see even with Jambo making it perfectly fine, there was a small margin there. Both runners doing fine on nut clip. That's the first thing that you really don't want to have any catastrophes on in wooded.
Oh, and BusterDoggy's setting up for Red Maze Clip. I don't believe they got it.
Yeah. Yeah, both runners gonna attempt it. Maybe?
No. It looked like it could have worked. But, I mean, he did do the movement after it, like as if it did work, but he was not out of bounds.
Yeah, that could have been really interesting. That like maze clip evening things out is
right.
You can't write that. That's pretty insane.
Yeah. That would have evened it out too. But there are other places where we can definitely get some catch up. We are still within 30 seconds, and so it's gonna be... We're closer than it, but I feel like within 30 seconds is still like in that range where like it can very much be flipped.
Yeah, absolutely.
Moment. Like anything beyond 30 seconds, I feel like it takes like a couple. It takes like a couple like more than one mess up, whereas like under that, you still are in that range where like it just takes just one mess up for it to flip. Or
yeah, yeah, for sure. And then the last really flashy moon clip we might see somewhere getting here is in pipes. Looks like Buster's going to be going for it.
That looks good.
Yeah.
Okay,
Nice.
Not a fake clip either.
Buster not giving any opportunities to catch up here. We'll see how it's looking for Jambo. That's unfortunate.
Yeah, not going to be able to break that out. And also resulting in getting a bad cycle here too on the fuzzies. So that was like a fairly large chunk of time lost there at pipes.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean that's what this level of skill will do to you when you know your opponent is going to be going for something insane like that. even if uh, even if just doing the normal pipe cycle would have been safer, you can't really. That's like you're at the point where pipes clip is an opportunity you can't miss, and that's
Right.
pretty insane.
So yeah, it is. So Jambo is unfortunately going to have his deficit build and exiting would be. Closer to that 30 seconds. I think we're still in like the 20 to 30 second range, so it's still definitely still doable. It is getting closer.
Yeah, this mid game is gonna be really important.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, I don't know your opinions on these things. I know Dansta has talked about this before. It's like, where does mid game start? Where does late game start?
Very good question. That's like a never-ending debate. I'd personally say mid game is like Lost Metro, maybe Snow, and then like late game. Seaside is kind of like the transition into late game.
Hmm. Yeah, I've been pretty much in the same camp as what Aspen just put in chat there. It's like Metro's the start of mid, Luncheon is the start of late. Lost is in like a weird limbo area where it's like it feels like it should be late, but it should be mid, but it's like not quite there yet, in my mind at least.
Yeah, makes sense.
I feel like a lot of speed. Yeah, sorry.
Oh, you can go ahead.
Yeah, I was saying I feel like a lot of speed games, the effect, like a quote-unquote mid game, is really right at that point of like, okay, if I get it past this area, I can't reset anymore.
Yeah,
I feel like that's like a good mental marker in my mind, at least.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, both runners having some weird movement hiccups in Lost, but no major tricks being missed at all, which that's good. That's what we like to see.
Jambo
That's
missing,
unfortunate.
yeah, Jambo missing Deathless on the end of Lost. So just a couple seconds of Lost there.
Yeah, those up throw bounces can be deceiving because I believe if you try to dive too early, you will just miss Cappy entirely. It's a weird timing.
I feel like because Lost is so short, it's like it becomes like a kind of like it becomes a sort of transitional kingdom because of that.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's why Seaside feels like a transitional kingdom to me for sure.
Yeah, it is also in that sort of quicker range. Not quite as fast as Lost, but it's like three something minutes.
Like we're seeing clean starts of Night Metro from both runners here.
Yep.
Well, I should just stop talking, probably.
I mean, I feel like Jambo's been having them like all over, like just like little bombs.
Yeah.
So is this like the final thing of the whole league? Yes, this is the best of 3. So it's not the final race of the whole league. We still have at least one more.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, this is the final match, though.
Had a little bit of delay because of personal complications, but other than that, you know, we're heading into the off-season. We kind of already were in some ways. I feel like we've been in off-season.
Yeah. Buster almost making a really clean Wiggler out of that pattern. Got 2 at the beginning and then switched to a different end, but just a little off on the timing on one of them and lost a couple seconds.
Yeah. And I will say, just because it's the off-season for SMO League does not mean it's off-season for Coolback King. I could definitely see Saren just being like, hey, by the way, here's an LTA for something. I'm like, okay.
I think Saren... I might be wrong. I think Saren might have stated recently that things would be slowing down for now, but I might just be completely misremembering. I'm really not sure.
I was not surprised by the 1 month of nothing, because that's usually what it is. Like, there's usually, like, at least for Odyssey, definitely it becomes like after a season finishes, it's usually like, I'd say about like a 3-month gap between before anything really major gets again, which is fine. I feel like that's a healthy gap.
Yeah, absolutely.
Between things, like, there needs to be that little period where people can, like, you know, chill.
Yeah, you don't want to have GDQ syndrome where there are so many events that they don't feel special anymore.
Right.
Anyway, good starts of... Oh, okay.
Oh, no. No, the full lap has started for Jambo.
Hey, Jambo being able to back it up on the other side.
Cindy finding the commentator's curses.
Yeah. Oh, that's unfortunate.
BusterDoggy making it out of Bullet Building. Jambo's on slots.
I think Jambo might be going for the bounce cycle here. Not sure what else to call it. Yeah, bouncing off that lower bullet bill and getting the top one. Buster hitting reverse peoples. Very flashy strat there, bouncing on the people and getting enough height to reach the second moon first. And then, yeah, gonna be globing for Metro as Jambo goes for the bullseye. It's getting to be a wider and wider gap here as Jambo makes these minor movement mistakes. While Buster is just playing really cleanly. There's a high bar to reach here. And with that, the difference has increased to almost a minute. So, was an important mid-game indeed. Buster getting an up throw on the edge of that snow slope, that's a new one. That's why that second roll is so annoying. Dancer was saying earlier he uses a button press for that second one, and I'd imagine that's part of the reason why. And Buster gonna be going for ICC route here.
It gets that early shot, which indicates at this level that you're going for ICC.
Yeah, yeah. Jambo hitting the BTT strat, let's go. Actually, I think the BTT strat is like a side flip off the boxes or something crazy now.
That makes sense. Yeah, not having to do a backflip for it. Oh, for the first move. I'm mixing up.
Oh, yeah.
I thought you were talking about Snow Clip for a second.
Oh, no, no.
Like, wait,
side flip Snow Clip would be insane. Yeah, Jambo not going for ICC, which is highly respectable in my opinion, because I can attest that that trick is really bad.
For some it's consistent, others not so much.
Yeah, I can also respect going for it though, because you gotta have some guts for sure, and we'll see Buster trying to apply that here.
Nice. Gets it before the Goomba even gets to him as well. That was really fast.
Yeah, that was, yeah. That's really tight to get that set up before the Goomba gets there.
If it gets aggro.
Yeah.
Sometimes you can like do, some camera manipulation so that there is no Goomba chasing you. But okay, and apparently Jambo just forgot, so it happens. It's definitely a case of like, muscle memory being relied on for certain areas. So sometimes it's just like, whoops.
Yeah.
Fell into old habits. But yeah, maybe we'll see for the second race. 'Cause, yeah, first race we're just gonna have it be that just BusterDoggy going for it.
Yeah, Jambo getting Snowdrum. Clean snow from both runners. I think especially for Buster, that snow would have been, like, really good even in an RTS setting. Maybe apart from the weird up throw thing at the beginning. Okay, Buster gonna be attempting fish dip here. Nice. Looks like he's managing to stay out of bounds.
Saying we sabotaged him? No, that was we helped him. What Jambo was saying is he didn't realize he didn't get early shop. I'm pretty sure. Like, if it wasn't for us, he would have tried ICC and then had been short a moon when he went for Snow Trap. I think that's.
Oh
what
yeah, I see what he's saying now. Yeah. I didn't. Don't worry, Zach. I didn't notice that at first either.
Yeah.
Also, an unfortunate miss on that secret room moon from Jambo there. That's like a really annoying place to fall down. And then yeah, Fish Dip did not want to cooperate.
And yeah, comms and helping runners, yeah, it's never intentional. There's no rules against listening to the comms, so...
Yeah, for sure.
it really doesn't give that much of an advantage, if any. I don't.
Yeah, no, don't worry. I'll just describe... I'll, like, read off the inputs of the tasks, and they'll just do it in real time.
Right?
Okay, so now you're gonna hold the stick at 16,792. You know what that means, right?
Yeah. Everybody have their SMO mod, so that you can display your joystick angles and everything.
Right, of course.
On screen, you know. Going into like the early part of like when this new carpet list was first discovered, where everyone just had their
yeah
had angle input displays up on their screen to help them out. That little period before orthogonal Jones came out.
That was really I mean, that kind of sucked, but it was really funny to see people needing an exact diagonal.
It was really funny in the perspective of like the only reason why it was an issue is because of the debate that has not been settled on SM64. That is, you must play on original hardware. Like,
yeah.
Like if that debate was not still ongoing, I feel like it wouldn't have been as huge an issue.
Yeah. Yeah, so things are only gonna get more brutal for these runners as they head into luncheon.
Yeah.
One of the hardest kingdoms to get a good split on in literally any setting when you're going for the strats that these runners do. Buster going for the hard strat there at the start, but bailing on it.
Mm-hmm.
That's a really
It almost looked like
risky
they were.
one.
It kind of looked like Buster was like waiting for the second player to press ground pound on the heart.
Yeah. Jambo, unfortunately, missing the RCV at the beginning, able to narrowly avoid a death with some homing throw tomfoolery, but that is just really unfortunate. That was a very good save, though, I will say.
Both of the players working through backups.
Yeah.
Their backups are very important, especially for like a slightly longer game like this, where like you can have a run going, and even with a minor mess up, you still want to keep a run going because you're still on new base. Like there's gotta be like you gotta have a lot of. You gotta have a good amount of knowledge of this game so that you can continue stuff like this. And Jambo with a really good damage boost set up there. Getting that. I don't know how tight of a window that is, but I know it's pretty tight to get that vault there.
Yeah, vault's pretty hard there. Jambo also unfortunately missing the hard strat. I was saying that is just a really hard strat because you're not directly saving time, you're compensating for a different time loss. So if you make any mistake there, you're just not going to save time with it. That's why Buster bailed on it immediately when he missed the jump the first time.
Jambo having a little bit of trouble on their way up to turnips. And Buster with a very interesting camera angle for this room. I'm not used to the complete like just down
Yeah,
camera angle for that room.
Yeah, I think they try to manipulate it so that the platform at the end is in the middle, which is a very minuscule time save, but something people go for nonetheless.
Yeah. And Jambo approaching invisible up jump. Done. Oh. A little bit of troubling movement on that.
Yeah. Still find it insane that those invisible blocks are there in the post-spear state of luncheon. Like, the only reason they're even there is they function as, like, a stepping stone up to a different platform that hasn't even loaded yet.
Yeah,
I just
that
think
is
it's
current.
pretty.
Yeah, that is currently below the stage.
Yeah.
just it is loaded in. It's just, you know, underneath the lava, out of bounds somewhere
Yeah,
in the world. But yeah, it's just like it was definitely interesting to be around, like around during like that whole area of when Spiritless was being figured out, because it was just kind of like, do these blocks exist?
Yeah.
Because there was like the point where it's like we weren't sure if the blocks raised up with the platforms or not.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, it's pretty amazing that just those invisible blocks are there already. And that they're spaced out in such a way that you can make the jump. Like, that's just... We are insanely lucky. Or insanely unlucky, based on... depending on how you look at it, I don't know.
I was saying that before in the bronze match. It's like, the things that speedrunners have found in certain games, it like feels like almost like the devs intended it, but it's usually not that, and it's just like speedrunners working with what was given to them.
Yeah.
But yeah, it definitely feels like it's so perfect. Like,
Yeah.
Let's try not to bully the runners.
This is an impressive pace for Buster there.
I don't like that first time chat. I don't like that one. I didn't time them out. I just deleted that one. It's like, try again with a new first time message. Like,
Man, we haven't even done shards. We're not even...
right, exactly. Like, we're not in Moon. Like, please wait. Even if we were in Moon, I don't think I would have liked that message.
Yeah.
Good job. Good second try on that message.
But yeah, I think Ethan was right. I think Buster is only like +8 on TV right now, unless I'm missing something. But like it was like a 45-02 exit. I'm
not looking at their splits. It is available if you were to look on their actual restream.
Yeah.
But it's like, it's just it's too many windows for me to have open right now while commentating.
Okay. That Birdless was insane. I'm amazed that that still worked out for Buster.
Did he go for down throw shards?
Oh yeah, he got down throw shards. I forgot to mention that.
Yeah.
Just a casual, casual down throw shard strat, nothing to... Buster hitting Sarbama, breaking the game as Jambo heads into shards.
Ooh.
Unfortunate dive back miss, but backing it up perfectly fine. Missing once on dive back can really be a curse, so it's always good to see a first try back up. And still getting birdless, even with the slightly altered cycle.
Jambo approaching bunnies.
I'm actually interested to see if Buster goes for Pipeless here.
And
I mean, it'd be
boxes are
nuts,
set
but
up
I wouldn't
for it.
count it out. Okay.
Goes for it. Looks good.
He's good.
Yeah, as I've mentioned previously, if they just destroy the top two boxes, it's a pretty good indication that they might go for Pipeless.
Yeah.
Enemy asking the questions in chat that are better answered by Cindy than me, so I'll leave them to Cindy.
How many seconds does Pipeless save? Like 1.5?
Yeah.
It's not a lot.
I knew it wasn't a lot, but it's like you can give a much more exact answer than I can with what you watch. You watch the BTT sheet a lot more closely than I do. So
Yeah. Jambo also hitting Sarbama there. Always love to see the swag strats from both runners. I mean, Sarbama, I guess, is less of a swag strat. I just mean that in the sense that it looks good.
it does look good.
And Buster hitting new TNA. Apparently with a shaking mech start, but I unfortunately was not looking.
Yeah, Sarbamba is one of those tricks where show it to a person who does not speedrun this game, and you just get like, okay, this game's really cool.
Yeah. There are so many strats in this game that you can apply that to.
Oh!
Jambo also going for Pipeless, but that's just an unfortunate
Yeah, that's
mistake.
just a full mess up.
There's just so many things that can go wrong with that movement.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Jambo going for the little poke air fling there. That's always cool.
Yeah. Oh, we got the Tyrone Ray coming in here with the Wowie Zowie.
Wowie zowie! What's up?
Yeah.
Welcome in.
Welcome.
We're in the grand finals here. This is the end of the first match of a best of 3, so
Yes.
more to come after this.
Great stuff. You can follow along if you want. Unfortunately, the plugins will not don't work for this particular race, but you can still look at all the previous stats, and you can also look at the different pools and add a prize pool. Maybe add to it as well if you want. It is still open to be contributed to. The prize pool will be going to first, second, and third place players. So it will be going to whoever won the bronze match. I don't know. Should I spoil what just happened? That feels a bit odd to do.
Wait, what? Sorry.
Like, the bronze match was just before this. I don't know if I should spoil it or not.
Oh, I mean,
Like,
I mean, it did
who's
already
the
happen.
third? Yeah, it did just happen. I don't know.
That's true.
Either way, it goes to first, second, and third place. So, player, okay, sure. BGR just saying in the chat. So yeah, it'll go to BGR in third place, then also first and second. So contribute to it, Dale, if you want to, and that match arena link. So yeah, we have at least one other race here, even though we do have this gap that we got here of, say at least a minute at this point.
Yeah.
We will have one more.
Continuing to see some high-octane gameplay in the final minutes, though. Buster hitting a very clean start of Moon as Jambo just hit a clean neck, and by just, I mean like a minute ago, but he did.
Yeah. I will also mention, follow these runners.
Oh,
these
absolutely.
These are both very good Mario Odyssey runners, and with that raid coming in, I feel like it's very important to mention it, because if you're not, like, you clearly like top-level Odyssey play if you're watching Tower Island, so
yeah,
these are two runners that should be on your radar to watch if they aren't already.
100%.
And then commentators here as well, I guess. You can follow us. We're not quite at top level of Odyssey, but we do also speedrun, both of us. So, you like speedrunning? I don't know.
Speedrunning is very cool.
Yeah. Also follow this channel, Cool Cat Gang. Even though this is the grand finals and there will be a little bit of hiatus for Odyssey, and just Cool Cat Gang is constantly doing stuff. I don't know when the next event is, but I'm sure it's pretty close to.
Buster just casually hitting 2DSS in the background.
Yeah, while I was saying that, yeah, casually hitting that. Was that first try?
Yeah.
As well. Okay, yeah, hitting the first try on TSS. Really well done. And yes, it's showing that BusterDoggy is showing that he is at that top level of Odyssey. Could be the next 56. Hard to say who is going to be next. It's still that case for pretty much everyone who's on it. It's like, we don't know who's going to be next. One of these players is gonna be the next 56. We don't know who, but one of them.
Yeah. the competition remains pretty insane.
Yeah.
And Buster with a nutty final time here.
Yeah, gonna be getting a 57 1x, 57 15, I think. Yeah.
57-16 in a race.
Yeah, ridiculous. Beating Jambo's PB by 4 seconds.
That is unheard of. I mean, it's just really, it is really difficult to play against that. That's what we're up against here, folks.
Yeah.
And then Jambo heading up into the end of escape here. We'll see if we see any 2DSS attempts from him.
Oh, second jump.
Classic. Yeah, for anyone new who might not be familiar with this trick, this should put in perspective. This is, like, insane.
But it's also standard now.
Yeah, and it's become like the standard for these top runners. This is one example of how just absolutely nuts this game has become.
Yeah.
And Jambo hitting it eventually, getting up there. No 2D Bowser needed.
At this point, like, with Jambo doing it, it's here. It's almost like he didn't need to do it to finish off this race specifically, but because these are, you know, like, Buster's already finished. But it's, in some ways, it's just like another spot to practice it right now, so that he can have it ready for the next race.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And also thank you again for 500 more bits. You can just throw in bits. It's fun. It's appreciated.
Yeah, much appreciated, for sure. Yeah, and Jambo gonna be... Is that a 1-0 flat?
I think so.
That's a 1-0 flat from Jambo. Beating the game in 1 hour. Yeah, GG's, guys. That was... Yeah. That is game 1, going to BusterDoggy here. I'm gonna be moving on to game 2.
League, we might go offline for like a quick second for Enemy to adjust something. But don't go anywhere. We will be, just going right into the second race shortly. We'll take a 15-minute break apparently between runs. Just give players a little bit of time to check things off.
Yeah.